How to get your real ex back. Hi, my name is Martin, and in this video, I'm going to show you a few simple tools that I've been utilizing for the past few months and also in the past a few years ago while going through a very difficult time during a breakup. And in the beginning of the video, I said the real ex. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to share with you what I mean by that. All right, let's dive into it. So a couple months ago, I was left, and it was for me very unexpected. And you might know how that feels. You might be going through that actually right now. So if this is you, then I encourage you to stick with me because the tools that I'm going to share, they're super simple to implement and they have a huge impact. A few years ago, it took me like months, sometimes even years, to get over heartbreak. And now it takes me a few weeks, maybe a couple months. And it's not that the person I was with doesn't mean anything anymore. No, I still hold so much love for them. But what I'm working on, and I've been working on, is that I detach myself from the need to be with my ex or to be with anyone for that matter. And why I'm saying this is because the real ex, in my opinion, in my book of life, is myself. I am my own ex, meaning there was a version of me before the relationship. There was a version of me during the relationship, and there was is a version of me after the relationship. And the version of me after the relationship is shattered, it's broken, or he feels broken, he feels devastated, like there's no hope left, and like all those negative thoughts, am I ever gonna fall in love again? Am I ever gonna find someone who loves me ever again? Like doubting and all those worries and like a dark future. That is like the version of me after a breakup. And I'm sure a lot of you are going through this and have experienced this in your life as well. And when I look at before I met that person, I was in such a positive energy. I was in high spirits. I was so self-confident. I was like, oh, I want to, take on the world, like in my business, in my personal life. I was just happy. And I told a friend of mine, I was last year, early summer. I said, it's the first time ever that I just feel so happy I'm single because I can just focus on myself. I can do whatever I want to. I don't have to, I don't even have a dog, so I don't have those commitments. I can follow my passions. I can work on my business. I can do all those things. And the only person I have to ask for permission is myself. Well, you know how the story goes. Once I felt that, I met someone. And first I thought, oh, it's incredible because, that's how it works. That's how it works. When you're in that kind of great, positive energy, then you attract the right partner. Nah, didn't really happen that way. Well, I mean, for me, I would have loved to continue. I thought there's a future together. But in a relationship, there's two people. And both have their own right to make decisions. And my ex decided not to continue. And therefore, it's so important for me. I've looked back and be like, what did I do? How and who was I before that relationship? And I want that version of myself. I want that ex back, my ex me, that happy me, the version of me who was happy to be single and content with life and excited about life. And it took me a few months now to really, really get to that point where I'm like, I have hope. I enjoy the things that I'm doing. I wake up most of the days with a smile on my face. There's certain days where I don't, but I let it out. I commit to the process of healing. And I'm going to share with you a few things that I've been doing over the past few months that helped me so much. I don't even want to know where I would be if I hadn't implemented those things. The first thing is to grieve. It is so important to let those emotions come up, that you clear them, not by pushing them down, not by suppressing them, not by ignoring them, but by truly feeling them. There's my mantra that I've been living by for the past weeks has been feel it to heal it. And it's such a powerful thing because, first of all, I give myself permission to feel hurt. I give myself permission to feel that pain, that loss. And it's not necessarily the person that you need to grieve, but it's the dreams that you had, the future that you envisioned with that person. Our subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what is reality and what we only imagine. Because still the emotion, even if we imagine something, the emotion still is real. And if we envisioned a future with someone and then suddenly that someone is not there anymore, it's a painful loss that we have to grieve. A lot of people, they jump into the next relationship. They distract themselves with hooking up or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. If that works, if that works for you, fine. Don't get me wrong. There's no one way for that works for everybody. What I'm sharing is the way I've been dealing with it, and also it was quite interesting. I've heard from people around me, but also during my coachings, that quite a few people have been going through a breakup this year, early on in the beginning of the year. And the process that I've been going through, I shared with them openly and vulnerably, and they've also implemented the things that I've been implementing, and it really, really had a lot of success for them. So the first thing, like I said, is being okay to grieve. The second thing that I implemented was I meditated every single day. Meditation is also part of letting your emotions come up and to feel them, to process them, and to also tune into yourself. The second mantra that I've been living by, besides feel it to heal it, was focus on me. And not in a narcissistic way, absolutely not, but in a self-loving and self-appreciating way, where I'm like, I have to put focus on myself, on what is important to me and for me. How can I treat myself in a way that is beneficial for moving forward, for healing? Putting the focus on myself is one of the things that helped me get through this and to come out stronger despite or because of what happened. This video, for example, I thought about creating YouTube videos and being more active on social media for a very, very long time. And the end of the relationship kind of brought up a lot of things. And I was looking for support. I got coaches, and through those coaches, I now got inspired to also put myself out there, share my story with all of you. And I enjoy it. It's like I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I was holding myself back. And that started with really processing the whole experience and then letting myself be raw, be authentic, be unapologetically me. And meditation helped me so much with envisioning also myself. How do I want to be? Who do I want to be? What do I want to experience in life? And who the F am I? Like all those things through meditation, through reflection, really, really helped me to figure out the answers to those questions. Another thing that really helped me, which is number 3, is to focus on things that I know I used to love. Let me say that again. Focus on things that I know I used to love. What I mean by that is that when the relationship ended, I saw just darkness. I was like, I don't want to do anything anymore. I don't want to look after myself. I don't want to work anymore. Why am I helping other people living their dream life, like with the purpose and with like all those amazingness that life has to offer, and I'm here hurting and suffering. I was like, why would I help other people if I get you? I don't want to say that word. It starts with S and it ends with hit. But I thought about the ex me. That version of myself loved coaching. I loved supporting and helping people. That like sometimes I know that's not a good thing, but sometimes I forgot to eat, and I always said I'm I'm nourishing myself with energy because the work that I'm doing, it just fuels me with energy. Even after like today, I had a 10-hour day and I'm still here recording this video because I just love it. But I didn't love it that much after the breakup because all I was focusing on is the pain and that I don't want to feel the pain. Another thing that I used to love was Shaolin Kung Fu. I've been doing it for a few years and I just love it. It helped me through so many heartbreaking moments, so many difficult moments, but I stopped. I gave it up during the relationship. I always said, oh, it's more important to meet up with my then partner. I'm like, I just want to focus on that. I can go to Kung Fu tomorrow. Then in the day after, I was like, I'm not feeling well. I can do it after. So I gave up my passion, or one of my passions. So I thought back, I'm like, okay, my ex version, before I met my ex, I was very consistent with going to Kung Fu training. So I'm like, okay, I don't feel like going. I don't feel like putting myself out there. All I wanted to do is just stay at home and feel miserable and being like the victim of my circumstances. But I was like, no, 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 no. If I want to be happy again, if I want to be in a happy relationship again, the first thing I need to do is focus on myself and get through that situation and find happiness within me. So I went to Kung Fu training, and guess what? I didn't like it. I was like, why go through that like exhaustion? Why go through that pain of like stretching and kicking and all those things? I'm like, why? The reason why is because I remembered exactly a few years ago when I went through a traumatic experience. This is what got me through it. It was in 2018, or was it? No, it was 2016 or 17 actually. A couple things happened on the same day. I broke down on the floor, crying, sobbing. And one of the first things I did after is, it was a Sunday, and I called the Kung Fu place. I knew it was closed, but I was like, please, 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 I hope someone is there because I want to go there. I know it's going to help me. I went the next day when it was open, but still, that's how I knew it's going to help me in this situation as well. And guess what? I went there for a couple weeks, and then I started to slowly enjoy it. And afterwards, I felt good about myself. I was proud of myself. Also, the coaching, of course, I'm like, I'm not going to let my clients down. I'm going to continue coaching. I'm going to share with them what I've been through, what I'm feeling, because I want to also show that it's okay to feel. It's okay to be human. Because who am I to coach people if I tell myself you're not allowed to show emotions? Because my coaching is all about vulnerability, being yourself, putting yourself out there as like the real you, the unfiltered you. And if I tell myself I cannot be that, I mean, I'd be a fraud, or at least that's how I'd feel. So I shared myself. I would also suggest that is like number 4 in a way. Share yourself with other people, like how you feel, what's going on with you. Be authentic, be open. Don't hold it in, don't pretend, don't fake it. Like there's this thing, what's it called? Like quote or whatever. Fake it till you make it. Like fake your happiness until you are happy. Where I'm like, no, that's utter bullshit. Yes, you create happiness within, but you cannot fake it. But you can take steps to create happiness. You can. So I'm going to recap those 3 steps. The first one was feel it, grieve. I don't know why that thumbs up came up. It popped up. That is a strange thing happening here. But see, even my computer is saying like, yes. Anyways, first thing is grieve, feel it, let it out, whatever it is, scream in the pillow, cry, whatever you want to do, as long as you don't hurt yourself or other people or other beings, do not hold it back. The second thing is meditate or do some kind of mindfulness practice. Could be yoga, could be something else. Whatever it is for you, find something where it's about mindfulness, about reflection, tuning into your body, tuning into your mind, tuning into your heart and soul. The third one is remember what you used to love before the breakup, before the heartbreak. This could also apply to like a job loss. It could apply to a friendship ending. To a certain degree, it can also work if someone actually passed away. Although here the grief period will be a different one, of course. But it's truly important to take care of yourself, even during the grieving process. So grieving is number 1. Number 2, mindfulness. Number 3, do things that you used to love and make sure or work on loving that again, finding that connection to it again. And number 4, there was a number 4, but I cannot remember it because it was not officially part of this. So rewind this video to check for it. But yeah, that is the way I've been dealing with the heartbreak that I've been through. And I got to a point where I'm not like happy that it ended. Of course, I'm not happy that it ended, but I got to a point where I enjoy life again. I'm looking forward to things that are in the near future, seeing family, going on vacation, the work that I do, like all those things, and also little things, going for walks, seeing like the spring, all those colors that are returning, the life that is returning. I also feel it reflects the life that is returning within me, and I wish that same for you. So if you're going through that kind of grieving or grieving process, then implement those things that I've shared with you today and see how that changes your perspective. It's not a marathon. Remember, it's not a marathon. It's a marathon. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So give yourself time. Don't rush it. When I started with going through that process of healing, I was like, I'm going to be done with that in like 2 to 4 weeks, a maximum of 2 months. Well, after a few weeks, I was like, you know what? Don't put a time limit on it. Just do the best you can. And I'm doing the best I can. And I've been doing the best I can. That's why I'm here. That's why I share this with you. Otherwise, I'd be on my couch and eat chips all day and not feel like I want to get up, and probably not getting up at all. But I committed to life. I committed to myself, to focus on myself, because life is worth living with or without the person that is not there anymore, with or without the job that you might have lost, with or without anything that you've been going through right now. With that being said, I hope you like this video. If so, please click like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. A lot of love, and as always, a big hug.